Hi viewers, I thought I'd try and put a video together to help out those who would like to save in silver but don't think they can afford it for whatever reason. And to start with, I'll sort of give some pointers on how I managed to do it myself. And one of those ways is by cutting back on, unnecessary luxuries really. Like my coffee, I don't go out to drink coffee, and when I do buy it, it is always coffee that is on offer. This particular one wasn't a very good purchase because it's weak as crap, but I did only buy the one. Now normally when I see coffee on offer, a brand that I know, I will pick up multiple jars or bags or whatever, half a dozen, and then I know that I've got enough to keep me going until there's another offer on, and then I'll just repeat. How is it they say? Rinse and repeat. So that's just one of the ways that I'll save a little bit towards silver. Another one is by metal detecting, and those of you who follow me on Instagram will have seen the picture of me, so you'll know how long I've been detecting. But obviously all circulating coinage I clean and cash in, and obviously there are certain pieces that I do keep, historic pieces. Silver, whatever is saleable, I will sell as a jewellery item, and gold the same, like a little gold bangle. And then what if isn't saleable as an actual item, obviously I will scrap it, and all that money goes towards saving in precious metals. Now there are obviously people out there in the United States that do coin roll hunting and find silvers, so that's another avenue for those in the US. We don't have any silver in our coinage anymore, haven't done for years, not circulating coinage. There obviously are those who flip modern releases, make a few bucks on each coin. It's not something I really get into much myself, but I do have an advantage over a lot of people, I'm guessing, because I do not have any debts and haven't done for some years now. So my outgoings are obviously a lot less than a lot of other people's. Obviously, if you can get rid of those debts that have high interest, maybe merge them or whatever, obviously all those little things help. I mean, you don't just need coinage to be able to make a little profit. There are all sorts of artifacts out there that you can pick up cheap and then flip to make a little bit of profit, and then get yourself a bit of free silver. Then of course there's an advantage to picking up foreign silver that isn't native to your own country, because the seller doesn't necessarily know what it is, or maybe its purity. Some pieces are quite difficult to identify, and I'm still doing a bit of research on this one. I do believe it's 1876 from the Ottoman Empire and a Egyptian 10 Kirsch, but it does have some slightly different markings to those I've managed to find, so still looking into that one. For those that do find a few bucks spare to add a little bit, there's lots of fractional pieces that you can pick up relatively cheap, like Mercury dimes or the Canadian 80% silvers, picked up very close to spot, and they soon accumulate. And for those in the US, obviously, well, and here as well, because obviously I've picked these up nearly all locally, or in my own country should I say, 64 Kennedys. For those wondering, I usually pay between £4 and £5 for these. I'll try not to pay over £5, but depends what spot's doing at the time. Another coin I love to pick up is going back along the Canadian route, is these Canadian Olympics commemoratives. You know, here they're available for just a very small premium over spot, and you know they're a safe coin to hold. They're hermetically sealed from the mint. You know, they've got pretty nice designs, and you're just paying, you know, virtually to just over melt price, the same as a modern piece. But you know, it's a tried and tested. You know, it's been in these capsules since 76 or whatever, 70, yeah, and they're still as good as the day they were put in there. And again, you can pick them up usually cheap. And then of course there's the other oddities that can be bought fairly cheap, like these coinage from Liberia, which I think they were struck by the Franklin Mint. You know, beautifully struck pieces, again available very close to spot. This particular one is something to do with World War II. There are some other good channels that will help you to, you know, find your own niche, your own way of making a little extra, so you can get some silver, you know, either cheap or for nothing really. And you know, the three that spring to mind are Silverhaired Stacker, who's now doing it full time, flipping on eBay. Part-time preppers, you know, have some excellent ways of saving a little bit of money, so you've got spare money for some precious metals. And of course Lady Liberty Stacker, and I'll give a link in the description to those three channels for those of you that aren't already following them. Anyway, I hope there's been a few little pointers there for you, and you know, if you have any questions, do feel free to ask in the comments. Thanks for watching.